Approach the Joe Provo Raceway start zone, put the hammer down, green flag is in the air. Our first 30-lap feature of the Modified World Championships is underway. Lucas Schott leads us into and out of turns 1 and 2.
Krupp looks back on the inside, looks to that inside lane through turns 3 and 4.
Drag race out of turn number 4, side by side to the line. It will be Krupp scored as your leader at the end of lap number 1. Lucas Schott running a high line around 1 and 2. Then a bit of ground, back to a 3-car battle for second, but the caution light flies.
Green flag's in the air. Lucas Schott takes the field into turn number 1.
Lucas Schott will lead the field out of turn number 2 behind
Jacob
him.
Leeson
3
to the
wide,
wall.
deep in the pack, 4 wide. From about 12th on back. Meanwhile, coming out of turn number 4 at the front of the pack, Lucas Schott is your race leader. Will Krupp running second. Running a high mid-groove. Joe Hortgall's running right down around the bottom. That leaves the extreme outside lane or the low mid-groove for Lucas Schott to find an opportunity to make a move. Oh, he almost gets into Wolski in the 95X. That allows Krupp to close the gap. And right behind Krupp now, Drake Troutman in the 5T is closing in on him.
Yeah, Krupp getting closer. Here comes the 20 of Rodney Sanders. Also the 5T of Troutman in there as well, looking to the inside of Krupp for second place.
Yep, that is a side-by-side battle for second and third. Troutman's got the spot. Krupp back to third. Sanders running fourth. He's down at the bottom. He gets chopped off by the 9 of Krupp. Right behind Sanders, number 20 machinist Kurt Spalding in the 5S. So those are 4 cars battling nose to tail, sometimes side-by-side for second, third, fourth, and fifth. And they have got lap traffic all intermixed amongst them.
15 down, 15 to go in this one. But things have certainly, the complexion of this race has changed once they got into lap traffic. Troutman now trying to track the 69 of Lucas Schott, pulls up on his inside, only about a car length between those two as they go into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Troutman's about 0.2 of a second faster than your race leader, Lucas Schott, who almost gets into the concrete with the right rear quarter panel coming out of turn number 2. Troutman's got it nailed to the bottom. That ABC Supply number 5 machine is now alongside your race leader, but the 2 lapped cars ahead of him are also using that low groove. Caution light flies. Lucas Schott will bring us up to speed from the Joe Provo Raceway start zone. Green flag is in the air. Schott will throw it into turn number 1, running that middle high lane, let it drift in turn number 2. Troutman's got his hands full now.
It's got Rodney Sanders working on his outside. Those 3 cars kind of break away. Then it's Spalding in 4th place in the 5S. We got a 3-car slugfest at the front of this field. We have the 69 of Lucas Schott, the 5 of Drake Troutman, and the 20 of Rodney Sanders. Those 3 cars battling it out.
Boy, I tell you, Troutman has definitely got something for Lucas Schott. Schott is just running it high and hard, but Troutman is able to throw it into the turns, get it to rotate early, and then dig his way up and out of the bottom of the banking and stay with the leader. As a matter of fact, that time across the line, Troutman gets scored as race leader. Then he instantly slides up across the nose of the 69 of Schott in turn number 2.
Schott trying to battle back on the inside through turns 3 and 4, but it's going to be Troutman holding on to that lead for another lap in the 5T.
Here they come out of turn number 4. 2 to go this time at the line. Troutman, your race leader. Spalding feeling the heat from Josh Angst.
Gary Christian trying to break into the top 5 as well, working with Rodney Sanders. Sanders had a terrible restart in that 20 car.
This time, white flag is in the air. The WNB Financial white flag flies. 1 more lap to go in this first 30-lap feature for the Modifieds. Troutman's got it, but Josh Angst wants it. Maybe too little too late. 4 car lengths separating your race leader from second and third. Checkered flag is in the air. Drake Troutman's going to get the win. Josh Angst races forward for a second place finish. Third will go to Kurt Spalding. He gets into the Joe Provo Raceway start zone. Green flag is in the air. Our second modified feature of the night is underway. Nicely, and Brandon Davis side by side in turns 1 and 2.
Those 2, we got them 4 wide in the middle of the pack. Some bumping and banging going on, but looks like nicely he's going to lead lap number 1 with Brandon Davis second and the 97D of Kate Dillard running third.
Opening lap 15.918 seconds for Tyler Nicely. Quickly establishes a 3-car length advantage just outside the top 5. They are 3 wide as David Stremme was working the top side and Parker Hill was at the bottom with the Riverland Trucking number 28 sandwiched in between them was the 777 of Trevor Neville. Neville gives up the spot.
Jake Dim now to the outside of the 95 of Keith Floss. That is for 4th position. Tell you, he's really running it on the edge up there on the top of side of 1 and 2. 1 and 2 a little rough up there.
Foss is running 5th, and we've got a bit of growth. David Stremme is off the pace. He was going to head to the infield, and he collects Jim Chisholm, who drives over the left side of that number 35 machine. David Stremme slowed down in turn number 3 and basically turned left right in front of Jim Chisholm. Chisholm had nowhere to go, climbed all over the left side of that car. Chisholm should be thankful that that machine did not end up on its lid. And then the 50 to the 3rd of Davis would get a good run in that high lane. Green flag is back in the air, nicely brings us up to speed. Davis gets a much better start, holds on to 2nd as he takes a high entry into turn number 1. Jake Tim is looking quick as well, running around the outside of Keith Foss's number 95 machine. Brandon Davis gave up the high line in turns 1 and 2 and went to the mid groove. That 50 to the 3rd machine working a bit better. Oh, he gets a thump from Cade Dillard in turn number 4. Davis somehow saves it. Jake Tim gets a run around the outside. They are 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Tim with a head of steam will take over the number 2 spot.
Jake Tim with a good run down that backstretch, takes over that position. Brandon Davis fighting back. Cade Dillard not going away either. He's about 4 car lengths behind now.
This time across the line, 9 laps remaining, and Tyler nicely has set himself up nicely with a half a straightaway advantage over hard-charging Jake Tim, who has taken over 2nd. They're on the inside. Oh, a strong charge by Jake Tim. Does he have something for the race leader? We will find out in these closing 5 circuits. 5 to go this time at the line.
5 to go, 5 drivers advancing onto the A-Main Saturday night.
Cade Dillard jumps to the top of the 97.
Tanner Mullins into the wall in turn number 2 hard.
He is off the pace, and he collects other drivers. Caution flies.
Alex Williamson got caught up in that. We have an avoidance spin by one of the drivers in the back of the pack.
Who's going to lock themselves into Saturday's portion. So a lot of action yet to take place. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, etc. as they try to settle things out. Green flag is in the air. Jake Tim is up where he belongs, and that's riding around the concrete at the top of the banking. Cade Dillard back down to the bottom. Brandon Davis at the bottom as well. But Tyler Nicely, still your race leader, seems to be able to pull away from everybody with ease. 4 to go this time across the line.
Yeah, much better entry into turn 1 that time for the 49 at Jake Tim. Cade Dillard takes the 97 up to the top side as well. See if he can make some action up there well. Brandon Davis on the bottom with Trevor Neville right in his back pocket here in the 777. And look now the outside now, trying to make a pass for 4th.
Neville is holding on to that 5th and final lock-in position for Saturday's 100,025 to win special. Dustin Sorensen, who had to come through a B main, is up to 6th. 2 to go this time at the line. Can Dustin Sorensen lock himself in with a performance tonight? Sorensen has given it everything, trying to look around the outside of the 777 machine. This time at the line, it'll be the WNB Financial white flag. 1 more lap to go for Tyler Nicely, and that battle for the top 5. Sorensen is in the top 5.
Yeah, I had to do a double take to make sure that was Sorensen coming all the way from the back of the pack, transferring to the B main up to 5th. Now trying to go down the outside of Brandon Davis. Checkered flags coming out for Nicely picking up the win.
The Lester Buildings checkered flag flies. Tyler Nicely gets the W, but all eyes were pegged on that run by the 19 of Dustin Sorensen.